Alberta foothills. Those are the Rocky Mountains in the distance. This whole region is home to the elk, the black bear, and the grizzly. But if you talk to some people in these parts, they'll tell you something else lives out there. The Water Valley Saloon. It's a warm, cozy, and safe place to be. Whatever it is that's lurking in those hills isn't likely to bother people in here.
There's definitely something out there.
You know anybody that's seen one?
Yes.
I've heard strange sounds.
Sometimes the dogs will go wild.
They've told me they're about 9 feet tall.
I know a lady who has seen them.
You believe in them?
Yes, I do. And there is a few around.
This is Sasquatch country.
The Sasquatch is a creature that walks upright like a man, about 8 feet tall, has extremely massive arms, and it has a face somewhat like that of a gorilla.
Tom Steenberg is the local Sasquatch expert. He's been obsessed with the elusive beast for most of his 29 years. And every day, when his day job is done, he heads for the hills and hunts for Sasquatch.
I just want to know one way or another if the thing exists or if it doesn't exist. It just boggles my mind that thousands of people since the turn of the century always reporting the same thing could all be wrong. There's a lot of theories as to where the Sasquatch fits into the fossil record. The most popular one is the Sasquatch is the ancestor of the Sasquatch is an animal that's now known as Gigantopithecus, which is a huge Asian ape that lived around northern China around 1 million years ago. And so the theory is it crossed the land bridge between North America and Asia before the last ice age, at the same time the Indians did. Can I make arrangements to meet you and discuss what it was you saw?
Sasquatch investigation has taken over most of Tom's life.
Convenient for you.
And part of his house.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
He operates a sort of one-man Sasquatch hotline from this room, which he's turned into Sasquatch Central.
I type up a file report, just so there's a record of the incident, because a lot of the stories I hear about sightings took place sometimes months, weeks, even years before they even talk to me. 3/4 of the calls I get are cranks or practical jokes or people who just don't take the subject seriously at all. For instance, someone will phone up and say, yeah, I saw Bigfoot. He's down in the 8th Avenue Mall in Calgary having a cup of coffee with Elvis or something like that. Or here's a particularly interesting casting.
Look at the size of that.
In spite of the skeptics, there is some evidence that the creature could exist.
Now, who drew the skeletal pattern on here?
The bones were drawn in by Professor Grover Krantz, who's a professor of anthropology in Washington State University.
What size is this thing?
It's about 17 inches long.
17 inches. I thought I had big feet.
Why, now you know why the Americans call it Bigfoot.
Yeah, look at that.
Have you ever retrieved a distinct print? A clear, absolute, no questions, just, you know?
Yes, I won't say it's definitely a Sasquatch footprint because then I'd be saying the Sasquatch is real and I don't know that. But I have seen what I believe are the creature's footprints. The best prints I ever found were southwest British Columbia in the summer of 1986, near where Cattle Creek flows into the Chilliwack River.
How clear?
Oh, there was about 114 prints at all, and they were pretty clear.
In the States, 2 men filmed what they claimed to be the creature.
This is Bob Gilman. He was the man who was with Roger Patterson when they shot the film on October 20th, 1967, in the Bluff Creek area of Northern California. But it is the best piece of circumstantial evidence we have, but scientific organizations have tried to dismiss the film as a fake, and they can't. In their own words, they still can't find the zipper.
Look at this thing.
And they can see muscle movement underneath the skin, and the stride's about 4.5 feet.
4.5 feet.
4.5 feet, and it left good footprints.
And yet, that creature there doesn't look like it's really striding in a big way to make 4 feet. It's just like a normal step. Look at that.
Yeah. They estimated it was just over 7 feet tall.
It's kind of hard to believe, isn't it? But I don't know. It's kind of like seeing a Martian or a spaceship, you know.
The truth is, you saw one?
He said, "Hi, Mill." No. No.
You don't see too many of them, but they say they're there. It's just like in this area we were out hunting today. They say there's moose here, but we didn't see any.
Well, as long as the possibility exists, Tom Steenberg will be hot on the trail. His relentless pursuit of the giant man-like ape has taken him to several provinces and to most of the western United States. He's followed up every lead and investigated every story. And he'll keep right on searching until he finds the hard physical evidence he needs to prove the Sasquatch exists.
It's just so incredible if this thing is out there, but we haven't found it by now. And if it is out there, I'd love to see one.
It was